Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is card 3 of 4 using elements from the Enduring Beauty bundle. It's Throwback Thursday, so I've also paired it with Very Versailles. So I'm using the background stamp for Very Versailles, and I've used the greeting from that as well. And I'm going to use the masks to do a really soft card. I've done it this way around, but on the example, I think I'm going to flip it round. And do it the other way. So let's see how that works. So I've used Smoky Slate as my card base, and I've got a 5 1/4 by 4 here. And so if I want this to be the other way up, I need to do it this way. So I need to keep an eye on where my notches are. So I'm just going to put this like this. I'm just going to put it over and tip it just a little bit, I think, just like that. But first thing I need to do is I need to take my Smoky Slate and I need to second value stamp my background. It's okay if there's little gaps in it, that's fine. It's okay if it overlaps as well. All right, so that's got our background stamped. And I use Smoky Slate, second value for the background. So now let's pull in the bubble gum. And my notch is up here. Sorry, bubble bath. I keep calling it bubble gum. I am so sorry. We're going to pull this in like this. And I'm just going to drop it down just a little bit. And I'm going to come in with the bubble bath. And I'm going to go all the way in the background like this. I kind of want it to be a nice, soft, almost antique looking card, but I didn't want to go into the very vanilla and the kind of crumb cake tones. I wanted to keep the tones relatively clear base, like more of a gray base than a brown base. So that is Bubble Bath with mask 1. Now we're coming in with mask 2, and we're going to use soft seafoam for that. And again, I've got to keep my notch up at the top like I had it on the other one. And I just need to figure out where to place this now, like that. You can see, when you're using these masks, you can see where the other pieces fit underneath. So you know where to put your mask down. Like that. So I'm going to get my soft seafoam out. The one thing about using the masks is it takes up a lot of space on your desk. So I don't have everything out like I normally do when I'm doing a video, just because I need the space for all of my ink pads. So I'm going to come around. I'm going to make sure that I'm getting right into those edges. Like that. Okay, so that is mask number 2, and we've used soft seafoam for that. And I've just re-inked my soft seafoam, so it's really, really dark. Now we're using Berry Burst. Again, that notch is at the top. And I need to overlay this onto the flowers so that I can add in. And again, see, this is a leaf here. You can line that up with the leaf you've already done. And as tempted as you might be to skip ahead and do the flowers, like do the detail, like the base and the details, you don't want to do that because you need mask 2 underneath it to, you need to have already done mask 2 so that you know where to put mask 3. Because I thought, oh, I could just go ahead. And then I realized I needed mask 2 to orient mask 3 because the leaves go under here. So it's been designed very, very, very well. I'm really pleased with this set. I think this might be one that stays on my shelf even after it retires. Like getting in there right into the edge there. So that is our mask 3. And now we're going to come in with Old Olive And mask number 4, which is this one here. Again, I've got my notch up at the top here, and I need to lay this over my leaves because this is the detail for the leaves. It's also the stems for the leaves. So I need to make sure that I've got this lined up really well. And again, coming in with the old olive and coloring over the stencil, making sure all of the openings are well covered. And if you take the stencil off and you think, oh, I need more color there, just put the stencil back down again. It's that simple. So we've got good coverage there. I'm really pleased with how that one's looking. And because we've got the stencil, we don't have the stamens stamped. So you can leave it like this if you want to. I used basic gray to do the stamens on this one. So again, having the notch up here, we're going to overlay this. This is the trickiest one for me to line up. I think I'm good there. So just having a look at how I did this before, and I was a bit off before. That goes there like that, that goes there like that, and then we've got these in the center. So opening up my basic gray, grabbing the brush for the basic gray, coming in. I don't want to really add a lot of color. I just want to add kind of the idea of the stamens. Again, keeping it nice and soft. So there we go. We've just got just the hint of those stamens in there. So a pile of ink pads. I used Old Olive and Soft Seafoam for the leaves. I used Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve for the flowers, Smoky Slate for the background, and Basic Gray for the stamens. Excuse me. So, putting all of that off to the side, I can now mount this. I'm mounting it onto a basic gray card base. Nope, not basic gray, Smoky Slate. I apologize. It is Smoky Slate. It is not basic gray. So we're going to line that up. And this one is more centered. This one is more off center. And it's the other way up. So you can kind of decide how you like it. Honestly, I kind of like this one better, but that's okay. And I used the greeting from the kit, or from the Very Versailles set, and I'm just going to pop that. I'm actually going to pop it right up here like this. Like that, and I've dimensionalized that, and I cut it out using one of the deckled rectangle dies. I cut it out like this first, and then I put it through the machine again like this because it was a little bit extra, so I just, that way I've got a deckled edge all the way around, and I don't need a skinny die to do it. I just use this die. So that is our card for Throwback Thursday using Very Versailles, using elements from the Enduring Beauty set. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.